YouTube. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Mm-mm. I was at that. Let me put on a face real quick.
I gotta get the link. I gotta put it here.
Um,
Oh.
Happy Genshaw Day to you, Nathan. I know we celebrated on January 6th, but yeah.
How lovely. I mean,
Oh,
she
you
could
guys
have
not,
gotten longer.
Is she not popular? You guys don't like her?
I've never watched the show, but she went to prison for basically
I
scamming
know.
elderly people.
Yeah.
She needed to go to jail, and it
Yeah.
Yeah.
that she was told that she's getting 6 years or something.
Yeah, 6.5 or something
Six
like
and a
that. But she
half
could have
years,
gotten
yeah.
10.
Yeah, I heard on you guys talking about on Bravo Bravo. You predicted 8, which I thought.
Wait.
Pretty close.
Hold on. Nathan, are you flattered now that...
I'm a little flattered, yeah.
Oh, so here's the deal. When you guys talk about Below Deck, that's more my because I don't watch Housewives, so I know the characters, but Below Deck is the one that I don't have anybody to talk to about that show, and that's the one that. Sorry, Joe. We can go whenever. I just realized that.
No, it's okay. I'm actually was doing something right now. Okay. So, talk all
Still
you
playing
want.
Sudoku.
So we do need to do a little bit... Sorry, I gotta finish this crossword puzzle. Oh, have you looked at the puzzle I gave you, Jay?
Yeah, thank you. I'm already gonna be starting on the Batman animated series. I unboxed it already.
Oh, you did? What made you...
Yeah.
Why did you choose that one to go first?
It looked like have some free time coming up, so I know I can dedicate time to that. My next 2 weekends, I have a little less to do, so I'm going to be working on it then.
Anyway, so I wrote a song parody that's going to come up with the episode
Okay.
for You Gotta Get a Gimmick. Okay?
Okay.
But Jay doesn't know this because Jay doesn't even know the song. The premise in the show, Gypsy, is Gypsy Rosalie is now she was a dancer and now she's gone into the world of burlesque. Okay?
Sure.
And the strippers, the hardened strippers, are... Well, they're laughing at her at first because she's just basically imagine Drag Race that they're like the Mistress Isabel Brooks and Irene Dubois, and Gypsy is Sugar and Spice, right?
Okay.
And they decided they're going to give her a lesson on how to be a successful burlesque dancer. Okay. So what I want, so let me give you also the premise is in the song though. So the song, which is a very good song, is it's a comedy song actually, and it's teaching. So each one of them does they try and make it seem like they're doing this really artsy thing, but this isn't the actual song. But they're actually doing really ridiculous shit, right? Like one lights her bikini on with lights, another one plays her trumpet, but she's like mostly nude, and the other one does ballet, but then she like thrusts her hips. Okay, that's sort of the joke of the song.
Very sexy.
In this one, the older queens, I want to have the scene here. The older queens are going to teach her, or you're going to play a twink, basically, Jay. You're going to be a twink. You're going to use your groundling skills.
Oh, I need to be in character.
Yeah. We're gonna do the
Let me go
talk-
get my snacks. Let me
I
go
feel
learn
it
about
needs a-
Pokemon.
I feel it needs a little bit here. Oh, I know. Which, by the way, today he was like, all right. I was talking to Jeremy today, and I go, all right, I'm gonna go now, and he goes, okay. And I heard like it was like almost like a Foley art. It's like glug 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 glug, like it's pouring something and like fizzing. And I go, oh, what are you doing? He goes like, oh, I'm making my favorite drink, and I take pink lemonade and I pour it, mix it with some soda water. It's pink, so it's a fizzy pink drink. I have to remind you, he hates being a twink. Anyway. So, so in this scene, the twist that I'm doing on this song is that the drag queens are telling her she needs to be exactly the same. She can't have a gimmick. Okay, you got to lose the gimmick. Okay. So, do I have everything ready? I'm not going to sing it right now. But is anybody listening actually? If you're listening, say something in the chat room. Huh?
I said, oh, I was kind of listening. Just kidding. No. I'm sorry. We're back to live, like people are hearing us.
Yeah, and seeing us. But
Oh.
I don't think anyone's watching right now, so I might end it. If anybody, if I'm telling you guys motherfuckers have 2 minutes. If no one's watching, I'm gonna end this. It says
And he means
9
his life.
Yeah, I mean, it's his current viewers. Oh, there's 8 people watching. Okay. Oh, now it's 7.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
You?
Oh, but okay. So there's 7 people here. All right, well, we'll leave it. I didn't even announce it. I just announced it last minute.
Thanks for doing this
So-
on a Monday, Nathan, by the way. Isn't it like
yeah.
your...
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
Monday. So all I want to do is record like a really simple scene. Jay, you're a twink. You don't know anything. You've come into the workroom.
Yeah, but what's his
Nathan-
role? What's his character?
Nathan, you're just another one of the seasoned drag queens. There's not really much for us to do.
A
it's
Patti
gonna lead into
LuPone
this.
type, perhaps.
Yeah. So let's
I
just
still
try.
am not super clear what's going on, but I'll try. I'll do whatever.
All you have to do is you have to play up your twinkiness, and I'll lead it, and you don't know anything. You're inexperienced. You're a bedroom queen. You've never performed, and blah 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 blah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Hey, look what we got here. Well, what are you, Twinkle Toes here? What's your drag name?
Me?
Yeah,
Me?
you know your drag name?
Yeah, my name is Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
What's
get the whole lot
yours?
of this, Cinnamon.
What, you just get off the bus, Cinnamon?
Yeah,
I
come on,
did.
Cinnamon.
Is it that obvious? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm laughing right there. My name Becca de Bupo is my name. And I'm a
I
seasoned
see.
Drag queen. Yeah, I'm a seasoned drag queen. What do you do? What do you have a thing that you do with the Cinnamon? What do you? How do we know you that Cinnamon?
Well, I'm very popular on all the socials. You can see me. You probably heard of me.
Socials.
Yeah, socials. How about social this?
Ow!
Are you on this TikTok?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you
That's-
something, Cinnamon.
Uh-huh.
I like you. I'm gonna give
Oh.
you some advice.
Mm-hmm. I'm all ears.
Yeah. That's the bit. That's all I needed.
Was that good?
It'll good. Yeah, it's fine. It'll
Okay.
do. It'll do. We're just really getting into the song.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do a little bit just for Nathan because Nathan knows the song. Hey, Cinnamon. You could pull all the stops out till they call the cops out. Grind your behind till you chafe. But you cannot have a gimmick if you wanna play it safe. You can pimp out your puppet with your right hand up it. Mess up a dress with some thread. Kid, you gotta drop that gimmick if you wanna get ahead. You can, That's how you build your brand. But I do it really bland. And then I'm gonna play like a real basic song right here. It's always gonna be the same song for every single week. I have the same song.
Great. I don't know if we need to hear the whole thing, but I love it.
Oh, we're doing the whole thing. Once I was a thinker, now I'm a lip syncer. Take a look how little I dance. You gotta drop that gimmick if wanna have a chance. You know what? I'm gonna do the second verse now. She can. She's such that lazy. That's a different voice. Lazy hack. Me, and I. But I do it dressed in black. And then let me get one here. This is a little short one though. Now I'm super spooky. The judges think I'm kooky. Who cares if Reddit thinks it's a yawn? Cause you gotta drop that gimmick if you want. I have to put your name there. What's Cinnamon? Moving on. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the wrong thing. Okay, stop.
I don't know, DeBeppo. All that work seems too hard. I'll stick to being.
Yeah. Okay, let me put that away. All right, what time? What's the timestamp here? Oh, perfect. Okay. Why don't we start it in 10 seconds?
Loves it.
Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race recap show for season 15, episode 2, titled One Night Only Part 2. My name's Joe Betance, and I am joined, as always, by two talented co-hosts from the podcast Breaking Down Bad Books. Please say,
I'm married! Sorry, ladies.
to Nathan Patrick Brown. Hello, Nathan. How are you?
Hi, Joe. Long time no talk.
Long time no talk. I can tell you our next co-host has not listened to the latest episode yet because the look he got when he heard this new theme song as chosen by producer Luke Stamen, he was so shocked. From the Afterthought Media podcast, The T, please say...
I'm from Sin City. I know how to play poker, bitch.
to... Jay
Don't joke
Ellis.
about that.
We'll talk about this on The T, Nathan, but Jay had a very bad experience in Las Vegas recently.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he was
I'm into this. I'm into this music. It's very like zippy. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I find myself actually singing the song, just singing. I'm like, ho ho, and I live by the mall, and no, you don't. You know, I'm not like singing, but this little like,
Yeah. It feels like very 8-bit. Like there was a game called Eternal Champions that I played on Sega. Kind of chip music. I like it.
I'm actually a big fan of 8-bit music. You like 8-bit music, Nathan?
Not really.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm not a yes-ender, am I? I just really
Yeah, you're a no butter.
know how to kind of slow down.
Anyway, so Jay Ellis, how are you? You're here from, The T, a show that's coming back now on Patreon.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I feel like this season is gonna be great. It's our last season, so we're really gonna make it work. Now Joe's got the face.
I just heard that it's the last season of The T. Look, you have to deal with the fans, not me. Now let me tell you this. If you're listening on the public feed, you got episode 1, but I'm going to tell you, Nathan doesn't know this yet. I haven't told him. It took me over 3 hours to edit the episode 1. Yeah, it took a long time to edit it. Because I wanted to be perfect, Nathan. If I'm going to do something, I want to do it with love, right? But I'm going to tell you guys something. If you listen to the public feed, I don't like the shows to go too long. I'm going to see how... I haven't actually made the public feed episode yet. But you're going to lose a lot of stuff. You're going to lose probably about 10 to 15 minutes of content. Not Drag Race content. It'll be stuff like talking about Nathan and Robert just shooting the shit. But like, yeah. So if you want complete, total, all the content episodes, you got to join over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. Like I said the other day, The T is coming for its final season, Throwing Down. All kinds of big Fat Camp, all kinds of big shows are coming.
I think you always miss the big community that comes on Discord with the Patreon also. I think that's a huge factor that I think a lot of people, once they sign into the Discord, they really understand. They get to talk with people who are just like them, which is a community all around the world.
Yeah, if you're a creepy serial killer, Luke Stamen's got you, right? You can be among your people. Well, yeah, you're right. There is a community. There is... I was talking to one of the community members today, Jeremy the Dark Knight, and he was telling me today, I've muted this because I don't want to see nude afterthoughts, but he was talking about the channel Only Thoughts, that people have been posting content in there. And I don't need to see their schlongs or anything, but that exists. There's a whole porn decor. Do you ever go to the porn decor lounge, Nathan?
Yes.
Jay?
I'm not on Discord very often, so I didn't even know that there was a channel called Porn Decor.
Sure, Jay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I actually, Jay, don't listen. Nathan, I think there's something very asexual about Jay. He's Jay-sexual. Like, I don't think he watches porn. I'm not even sure he and his boyfriend have sex. I've been around them many times. I've never seen them exhibit any sort of affection towards each other.
Oh,
What are you guys talking about over there?
Jay, not yet, Jay. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Go away, Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing. I've never heard anything.
Wow.
Or seen anything or anything. They're just like friends.
That's weird.
Yeah. They're just friends
Yeah.
who share clothes and live together.
Oh, well, that's handy, actually.
Yeah. All right. Jay, you can come back now.
Oh, let me walk over.
Okay. You know what's so fun? Is on Sirius XM, they have this Radio Classics channel, and sometimes I'll peek over there. And I think people have this idea that, like, oh, in those days they were really good at it. And no, it'll be like, okay, I'm walking over. Like, it really is that bad. Anyway, today's a work day for Nathan, so he's very quiet.
No, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, he's ready to talk about these 16 talent shows.
But Jay, I'm gonna tell you something. Yesterday when Robert was here, he was all giddy, and he's not giddy.
Oh,
with you. I
shut
don't know.
up.
I like that Nathan's base level with all with all hosts is giddy.
Yeah. This week, 16 girls performing I wonder what Nathan would be like if there was a girl co-host.
Lori,
sign off.
I've
him
done
like
shows
he's
with
just
Lori.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to have a girl co-host. All right, this week, 16 girls perform in a talent show, and only round 3 actually exhibit some talent. In the end, Anitra was named the winner, while Amethyst and Irene Dubois were placed in the bottom 2 after lip sync battle for their lives. Amethyst lived to see another day, while Irene Dubois was asked to sashay away. Ladies, name 2 things about the episode and 1 thing you did not. Let's start with our very special guest, all the way from I don't know if you what part of LA is it? Not it's not the Valley, is it? Are you in the Valley? I don't think
I
San
don't think
Fernando
so.
Valley.
I don't think it's considered that.
I don't know what
East
it's called.
Side? I don't know.
I don't know. Wherever you're from outside of LA. Jay Ellis, 2 things you like, 1 thing you do not.
All right. So my 2 things, one of them is going to be kind of 2 things rolled up into one. I thought that Eileen. What was her name?
Come on, Irene. Irene.
Irene Dubois. I think that she had a great exit stage line and had a really funny mirror message. I thought that one of the ones that stuck out of my head in a while. And then I really liked Anitra's performance. I thought that it was something that we hadn't seen on the stage before, and I thought that that was really fun. What I didn't like about this episode, I'm really done with lip sync performances, I guess, just as a talent show exhibition. I would love them to kind of push the queens to do something a little, I mean, maybe they can incorporate that if it's a dance number, but we had a lot of the same type of content for this episode.
Very fair. Nathan?
So one thing I liked, I think I'm actually showing growth as a human being, because I'll say that I liked Michelle Visage this episode. I thought she was funny, and her bit about the Long Island Disney princesses was like the best part of the runway for me. Another thing I liked was that some of the talent show performances, some showed a different side of the queens, and they were actually quite enjoyable, like with Anitra and Jax. But on the flip side, the thing I didn't like was, as Jay said, the lip syncs. It was just the of safe. But I think if they do this again, we're going to see more lip syncs, because the people who did go out of the box bombed it and were in the bottom. So if I was a drag queen going into season 16, I'd be like, I'm just doing a lip sync.
Yeah, you want to be safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to tell you something. And this comes from actually, I talked to Jeremy the Dark Knight today. He was giving me his thoughts. And I told him, I read him his Miranda rights. And I said, everything you say can and will be stolen for the show.
And used as my own.
And use as my own and claim it as my own. I said I'd give him credit. But I like that there was no riggery yet.
Yet.
What did you tell me?
I might call something on that.
Sure.
Finish your point, and then I have a star next to the person. Oh, I think that there may have been some riggery with Lucy.
Oh,
I feel like
really?
they did something to that mic. I don't know. It seemed like she was actually able to hold notes and stuff. It just kind of felt like they were adding, like when Alyssa's giving those things and they're adding feedback to it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you think that they
I
kind of like
felt
they messed with the mix a little bit.
they may have pitched it up or down, maybe. I don't. It seemed like she can actually sing, and I don't know. I don't know. Just a thought.
Well, I don't know if you remember. People have sung Lion before. I don't even remember the great Fifi O'Hara.
Find the
sang
note,
live.
girl.
Yeah.
Find the.
And then he messed with her, like jump in the car, jump out. Hold on, I do have that. Hold on.
Detox losing her mind. Detox. I mean, that sounds like Detox just heard the funniest thing in her life, and it's Fifi singing a song.
Well, hold on, and I'm gonna jump the gun a little bit here. The boom boom gun. I felt there was a little bit of this going on with Sugar and Spice on their lip sync numbers. Like when Spice did her number and RuPaul was just like, I'm like, she's just lip. I think RuPaul's hoping some of them 8 million TikTok followers, which is a debate that I want to have. Not now, 'cause I haven't even finished my thing. But it's like, what do Sugar and Spice get out of the show? I have an answer for this. This is the question I'm posing to you. What do they get on the show? If they have 8 million TikTok followers and the show, maybe the premiere might crack 1 million, but then plummets afterward to about 500,000. So what do they get out of it?
Credibility?
The title of a booking fee.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the second thing I didn't like.
I
mean,
have an
second I
answer
like.
for you, but I'm not going to tell you.
I have an answer? Well, yeah, but I
said-
want to talk about this later
right,
when we get to their
right.
number. I like it was only an hour. People are bitching on Reddit that they, mostly I will say they blame, rightfully so, the real friends of WeHo for taking away their half hour. I don't think that was the case, but I like it's only an hour. This show was too long. It was too bloated before. I think it's a good thing.
I'm happy to see the return back to an hour-long format.
Me too. The thing I didn't like. Okay, let me tell you. If you're a drag queen listening to this show, get a life. No. No, if you're a drag queen listening to this show, I'm going to tell you something. When you get on this show, please, if they save you, do not say, I promise I have a lot more to show you. Yeah. I'm so sick of hearing this. I would love someone to say, I have nothing else to show you. You've seen it all.
I did my best and you didn't like it. And it goes down from here.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Than this. I only have, well, they say that and then they come out in the same fucking one piece that they brought. All right. Well, actually, there's not a lot to this episode.
We'll be here till it'll only be a 3-hour episode, guys.
Yeah, Nathan's got to call in a sick to work. All right. After the merge, the girls all get to know each other and kiki about their experiences thus far. Later, the clash over choreo continues. And then again, moving on, it's elimination day, and the girls claim their spots in the workroom and get ready for the talent show. Sugar and Spice kiki with Irene and Mistress. Lux and the twins talk about developing their drag during the pandemic. Meanwhile, Sugar and Spice lag behind everyone else while getting ready. Let's start with our good friend Nathan Patrick Brown over in Wollongong, Australia, Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Give us your thoughts on everything that happened post-merge all the way to the talent show extravaganza.
Right. Well, I have some gripes against. I really resented how someone was like, "What was your entrance line?" and then they had to recreate it, and I was like, "I did not need to hear that again." And
but I want to know, why do twinks, especially from the East Coast, talk through their nose? What is that?
I don't know.
Because they're like, let me see if I can do it. Okay, wait. How do you?
You sound like Lucy DeLuca singing.
Okay, I mean, I might have to actually pinch my nose. I think I might. Oh my god, it is so. But here's the thing that was so cute. Is I was like, oh my god, Sugar, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna be like, hey bitch, get the fuck out of the way, when she was like, oh. And I was like, why do they talk to their nose?
My mistress and Irene actually hate each other. We were like, oh my god, this is so awkward. And we were doing that thing. Only we do this because twins only do this. When we look at each other across the room and we give each other this look, like only we know because we're twinning, and we have this twin talk. And I was looking at her going like, girl, I think they don't like each other.
Yeah, what I
They are
hated was when
nasally.
one of them was like, even though I'm the older twin, I sometimes feel like Sugar's older. And she looks
Yeah.
up to me, and it's like, what do you think the age difference is, guys? You're twins. Like, the older twin, it's 3 seconds.
That said, I could see them having a really stupid fucking mom, and she just went home after the first one and just thought she had to take a poop. And then the other one was born like 2 weeks later. She didn't realize. She had forgotten she had twins.
Wait, Nate, okay, so they did talk or their intro lines, but what about like what did you think about them adding 8 more or 7 more people, I guess, to the choreography? It was it 8 or 7 that came in that second group? I mean, that's a big adjustment to make.
They were all too stressed about that.
Yeah.
Do you think they were really
Well-
stressed?
Mistress Baby Doll was. Oh, no. Malaysia
Oh, no,
Baby
no,
Doll was.
Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. Mistress Malaysia Baby Doll Fox Astides was very pressed about this.
Yeah.
But-
But it also didn't seem like they had anything past the first like 8 count. So I don't really know when they actually came in. Like if it was toward the beginning, how long they give them to choreograph. I would love just like the stats on how long they actually had been practicing beforehand.
Now maybe you can confirm this because Jeremy the Twink Dark Knight told me that the queens have talked about this, that they have an actual choreographer that works for them with them off camera. Do we
Oh,
know
I
about
love
this?
that
Is this
Jeremy's
true?
like the deep throat of Drag Race, just like slipping all
He
this
wishes.
tea into your ear.
Oh yeah. Well, because you know what, he has a memory for our show and for the actual show that I can't beat. Like he called me, he goes, it's still true what you said, on season 11 episode this, that the people when they play, this is something he really told me. He knew the episode and season and everything. He goes, but you said that when a musician is on and she's a guest judge, notice that they never sing along to the song. But when they sang that Michelle Visage song, Michelle was just like singing along, and RuPaul does it. But he goes, your streak continues. Ariana Grande did not lip sync to her own song, and I was like, did I sing that?
oh.
And
Oh, he'll
Sugar and
correct
Spice
me.
were lip syncing to each other's performance as well.
Oh, I said that. He goes, yeah. So, yeah, and then he was like, I love how this queen wore the exact same outfit that this queen wore in this episode, and I was like, who knows this? And he's doing this as he's watching the episode.
Wow. Let's get him on.
I could see, to go back to the original point about the choreographer, I could see
Oh.
they definitely clean up something. Like, they have to make the lines, they have to make it actually, like, TV ready, but they probably... Why are you shooting eyes?
Oh, because Nathan and I are twins, and we have this secret twin thing. Did you catch that? It's
You
a
didn't
thing
get
that
that?
only we have. We're these
Why
twins.
you guys leave me out of it?
You know what? It's
I'm
not
trying-
quite that. Yeah.
I'm just trying to... Because I saw, from what I remember on season 8, they had a Bitch Perfect one where Thorgy had ideas for the choreography that were incorporated in, even though they did have choreographers. So I think that there's probably queens that say, I have an idea for this moment, and then a choreographer comes in and goes like, okay, let's flesh that out and put it in so that it makes sense. So I could see, because
Here's what-
their choreography is too clean for it to be one person, other people.
That's true. And I wonder, here's the thing. And I do know this, but I don't know how this episode worked. But generally they'll schedule the dance episodes, the choreography episodes on a weekend for the crew. And so that they'll film the first part on the Friday. And then the queens have the weekend, and they do like the everything else, like the elimination day.
Yeah.
After the weekend, the queens work on that, which makes sense even from a psychological standpoint, because then are the queens supposed to sit in their room 24 hours a day during the weekend? So, but I don't know if they filmed this on a weekend for the crew for day one, and then they gave them those extra time or
Yeah.
anything.
I think what you're saying, Jay, like the insinuation is that the first 8 queens were rehearsing the whole time that the other 8 queens did the workroom entrances and the mini challenge, which is a long time, and then they're like, suckers, actually, we're changing it after you've done
Yeah.
6 hours of rehearsal.
I also love that they
Hilarious.
act like it's constantly going to be Sharks versus the Jets, and it's like that for 0.2 seconds, and then they're like, "Hi, girl," and they run across the stage.
Come over here, bitch. Right?
Yeah.
I see you. It was kind of embarrassing where Selena's like, I recognize her, pointing at Sasha Colby. She's from back home. Mall. You're still in LA.
Yeah, you're 40 minutes outside of the city.
Yeah, you're literally in Sylmar. You are not in another country. I recognize you from back home, right? And by the way, Sasha Colby was like, the same way when Lux told the TikTok twins, like, we're Instagram friends. Like, oh yeah, and they're like, we have 7 Instagram friends.
Nathan, do you know Sasha Colby? Because she is a pretty major deal in LA, but has she made her way around the world? No? Okay.
Not that I'm aware of. I think I only
Did
knew
she
her
find her
from
baby?
Carrie last season.
She's been around the world. Tried to find her baby. But it was baby Zahara Benet. No one knew where she was because she wouldn't expose the lipstick. She had a lipstick that said where she was going, but she wouldn't share it. So then no one knew where baby Zahara Benet was.
Rakakatita.
Yeah.
Speaking of not sharing, though, what did you guys think of Anitra being like, "Oh, I'm not going to tell you guys what my talent is," because I thought that was genius.
Yeah,
Oh, you thought it was genius? Why? You thought someone was going to be like, "Oh, thank God, that stupid bitch told me because I'm going to do karate."
Well, it gagged us, and we got to see all of the girls have
I
their
see what you're
reactions
saying.
that were genuine, you know?
I really thought that when they talked to oh God, why can I not memorize her name? Irene Dubois. When she said that she's making water, I was like, okay, that's like a funny joke. And then when she comes to the stage and actually does it, I was like, oh, that actually
hold
was
on,
the talent.
hold on. We're not at the talent show yet. So, anything else about the elimination day or the merge or anything like that?
Well, what
don't-
did you think of the classic high stakes drama of going into the ad break where the girls aren't ready?
Jay and I have talked about this a million times. Right?
Yeah.
I want one time for these girls to go on the stage with like chonies on and like nothing on,
An eyelash. An eyelash hanging off.
and one
Yeah.
heel, and just a sock. You know, no, they 100%
what happened-
are always ready.
Yeah, I turned off the episode at that ad break, so I'm assuming that they just never made it to the stage and the episode was canceled. That's there was no. I can't imagine that it went out any different kind of way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate the misdirect. It's almost like they assume that we're not going to keep watching the show, and it's just like it's crazy. You guys are feeding us a literal lie before the ad.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
that show constantly lies.
We should do that when we're going to break on this show and just say coming up. Then it's just things that we'll never say.
Let's do it today.
Okay.
So what's the big fucking deal with this long hair? Like, why won't Irene drop it?
She needs to drop it.
I'm on her side actually, because you don't come in there saying that your drag is this and that, and then it's not this and that. Call her on it.
I have to apologize to Nathan, because I think Nathan brought this point up yesterday, but I was so busy with my fantastic jokes that I didn't hear it. I heard it in the edit, but
Blame it
think
on the edit.
Nathan said, yeah, Nathan made this correct. Do you think she's so stupid that she bought a 40-centimeter wig?
Yeah, and then you said, "We don't do metric, cunt," and then you just like moved on
Yeah.
the conversation.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It's true.
I think it's a
had to
beautiful
pull
thing,
out
Nathan.
40 centimeter.
I was like, how much is 40 centimeter? I don't know what a fuck. Like, name a centimeter. Name any centimeter, Nathan. A number of centimeters.
3.
This big? Like a foot? I don't know.
Much
I don't,
smaller. Much smaller.
this? I don't know what. I don't know.
Smaller. Well, no, bigger than that, Jay. It's more like this.
That's about what I was doing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Maybe a little.
Size of your eye.
I don't know anything. Then the British people are weighing things in stone. You know.
Oh, stone I don't fuck with. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't get any of this shit. All right, thank you. Okay, let's talk. Actually, I have a conversation point here. The social media conversation about underage queens. I actually thought that was really interesting what Lux said. I didn't notice it until the second viewing, but she was saying, you know, they're coming down on these social media queens who are bedroom queens. But when you're not 21, if you're under 21, that's pretty much your only outlet.
Yes, but
We'll
these
get to the-
people
we'll
aren't
get to the second
21
part.
and there's no longer a pandemic.
Yeah, we'll get to the second part. Now, Lux does say something else stupid. I have it wrote it down here. She says that the older queens say to them, "You can't be talented if you're on social media." That's not what they're fucking saying, whore. What they're saying is, you can have all these followers, but it does take a certain amount of just being out on stage to get good. You know, it's a different thing. It's one thing to look good in front of the camera and then to go on stage. You know, Jay is a seasoned performer. Nathan, you're a seasoned performer. You guys know that, like, when you first go on stage, it doesn't care how prepared you are. There's a seasoned version and whatnot, and then like a newbie. You know, and so that's what they're saying. You just got to get some years under your belt just to get to competent. What do you think about that?
I can give you an example within this episode of just how that displayed itself with the twins itself is
How so?
in their talent show. Look how much of the stage they use. They lock in one place. They don't move around at all. They don't know how to perform or play up to different things. So up locked, they're not doing, I hate to say this, but they're not doing a performance. It's just they're locked in where they're at. So that's an example of kind of what
They're making a TikTok
I think the
video
other
on the
queens are saying.
stage.
That's a great way to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Didn't even think about that. You're right. The other ones were using the stage. Okay. Well, let's move on now. Let's actually go to the talent show. Why don't we take a break right here? We'll just take the break here and we'll come back. We'll talk
My
about the talent show,
microphone's
and then
breaking. I gotta go.
You stupid bitch! I'm never talking to you ever again.
You know what, guys? Stop. Nathan, because your microphone, I'm firing fucking Luke Stamen. Luke, I'm going to go call him right now. He's fired.
No, not Luke. Anyone but
Yeah,
Luke.
Coming up. I think you got to put that in front.
After the break. Wait, hold on. After the break. Oh, guys, did I tell you that I went on Grindr and I saw my dad? I didn't tell you guys this.
What did you say to him?
Yeah, was he hung?
Yeah, I said.
Could he host?
I said, hey. That's
Great
my
opener.
big classic. That's
And then
my
he
big
blocked you.
classic. And then he blocked me. Okay. I didn't do the break. Hold on. Been around the world. Okay, here we go. All right. Well, why don't we take a break and we'll come back right after. Oh wait, I'm in Dragula. We'll come back right after this. All right, we are back. We're going into the talent show straight off the bat. The first one out is Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. She did an original lip sync. Well, I don't know how. I'm using the word original loosely there. What were your thoughts there, Jay Ellis, on Malaysia Baby Doll Fox?
I liked her look. That's the first thing I'll start with. I thought the outfit was good for her. But did she record the track while sick? The voice sounded not great. And that might just be her singing voice. I don't know. But if you re-listen, I thought it was a little sick sounding.
Do you think there's anybody besides people who do a podcast who are going to revisit this episode? Like, oh, I gotta watch.
No, I don't. And there's the problem.
I got into a debate today with Jeremy, the Twin Dark Knight, and about because he had said
Cede my seat to him so he can just come on and talk.
he won't come on. He's too shy. So because he's like,
I'm way too shy.
anyway, he
I'm playing Pokemon and eating baby food.
we had a debate because I was saying, he goes like, they got to stop doing this, pretend like the merge is gonna be like super like dramatic, and then they just go like, oh, and they hug it out. And I go, I think on season 6 they did. He goes, yes, they did. Right. And so we went back to look at it, and he told me he's seen season 6, that opening episode, like multiple times. I could see going back and watching season 6 again.
It's a classic.
I've seen season 6 twice, I believe.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah,
Stan.
absolutely.
What privilege.
Regarding
Anyway.
the like rewatching of the individual performances, they've put them all up on like the Drag Race Instagram page, and you can see the different viewing stats for each of them. And like
Yeah.
Anitra at the moment's got like 6 million views or something,
Oh,
whereas
really?
the other girls are like
Wow.
200K.
Yeah.
So
Already,
you can see like which ones are more shareable, rewatchable in that sense.
already Sugar and Spice are backstage going, "Hiya! Hiya!
Taking
Hiya!"
lessons,
Yeah.
wax on, wax off.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you-
What did you?
well, wait.
What did you think,
Oh.
Nathan? What?
Well, this one really worried me because I was like, is every number going to be a song that they've written about getting the crown, you know? And
yeah.
I thought at least she had a crown prop, but then it was so ill-fitting. It looked like one of those Burger King crowns, and it just like perched on like her head like a tiny sombrero. I didn't like that.
She had to hold it on, in fact. It also, way to start the talent show with a whimper. It was kind of like, here we go, talent show, and then it was like a lip sync song. You're like, okay.
Yeah. It's even getting to like it's time for a big girl to win. Big girls, I'm fat and beautiful. My pussy smells. All right, next
Put a
we have
crown.
Spice. Yeah, crown.
Yeah.
We had Spice. She did an original lip sync as well, where she was in the coffin. Nathan, did you have any thoughts on this?
The best bit about it was the coffin. And I was just the whole time thinking, is that the coffin Lady Bunny was in? Like, is that why it was on set? Well, I was just thinking about the logistics of the coffin and not the actual performance, because as Jay said, she just stood in the same spot. It was boring.
Yeah, they brought it out of storage.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Oh, Jay, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of already tipped my hand. I think that she didn't use the stage at all. I didn't respond to the song very well. I thought that the opening line, I'm bored, is the highlight of the performance if I had to give one. But it wasn't not a great one for me either.
I was talking shit in my notes. I just basically said how forgettable it was, and RuPaul scream laughing. But then I was really watching. I go, you never see a shot with her performing and everyone laughing. It's always like a cutaway. I'm like, do you think they edited the laughter in to sort of like hype it up?
What was
Because I'm
funny?
like, what's so fucking funny? Was she doing that thing which all drag queens do now, where they like act like they're a skip broken record, like they glitch, you know?
Yes.
Like the
Yeah.
you know, and you're like, okay, we've all seen
And I
this.
have a feeling we haven't seen the last of that because I think that in the acting challenge, in the Snatch game, that's a crutch for her that she thinks
Yeah.
is comedy. I think we're going to see it in a lot of performances.
Well, we're going to see it again when Sugar comes on and does the exact same thing.
Did Sugar do
Yes.
it too?
Yes,
Sugar's performance was the same, but with a bed instead of a coffin.
100%. That's
Lux-
on my notes. That's literally my notes.
Lux Noir London. She did an original lip sync. Your thoughts, Jay?
I liked this look, but she came into the talking head being like, somebody's going home, but it's not me. I was like, well, I think Nathan talked about it. It was a safe performance. It was at the club. It would be fun to see. There's something about Lux though that she's a little like kind of dead behind the eyes for me. I don't see anything there, and I don't know if that's maybe going to come with like more TV presence. But I felt like the performance was just kind of like going through the motions. I didn't really feel it, but I think that comes more with when you get used to the camera and how to play to it. I think that later in the season, people come to life that weren't in the premiere.
Nathan Patrick Brown?
Enjoyable in the moment, but as soon as it was over, I'd already forgotten what she did.
I forgot what she
that.
did as well. I don't really, but you know, what you were saying, Jay, reminded me of, I don't know if you saw this on social media, but Cupcake commented and said something along the lines on Twitter of like, well, I guess I still have the crown for the best talent show. And everyone on Reddit was just like,
You mean
Who's
cornbread?
Cupcake?
Cornbread?
yes.
I'm truly like, Cupcake is a singer, I think.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
They're not the same
Cornbread.
person. Cornbread and Cupcake aren't the same person.
Both the starch, I think, but yeah.
Listen, this is not a good sign for Cornbread. So Cornbread, yes, made a social media post. How she was, I still have the record for like the best.
What did she
Still
do?
stands. I don't even, just like original lip sync where she wore a chicken McNugget or something around her neck.
Yeah, I think she ate a piece of chicken from a necklace, if I remember.
Yeah,
Well, that's fine.
And everyone on Reddit was like, "You weren't even the best one on your season."
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I love when people come out with the confidence, like a big swing, and they're like, "Yikes! It didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go."
Yeah. So anyway, that reminded me of that. So luckily, because Luckstar Noir London was like, well, I'm always thinking that, you know who else is like this, and we'll get to here, this or Aura Malaysia Bobby Doll Fox or whatever her name is, the one that's always kissing her arms.
Yeah.
Latitty.
Latidies. Aura Latidia James from New York, who's suing Donald Trump. She I don't know where I am right now. But she is another one that they think that I watched them all. Did they think when they did this like this, I'm gonna win with this one? This is gonna be the win.
Luck said, I'm not going to be going home tonight. And she recorded that after she'd seen Lucy and Irene. So, like, she knew. She knew.
Yeah. All right, next we have Mistress Isabel Brooks. She did another original lip sync. Your thoughts here? We'll start with you, Nathan.
Same, but different. Like, safe. All these lip syncs are safe. At least she wrote a song, I believe. So that's like one cut above the ones that just used an ordinary pop track. Safe.
Nathan? I mean, Jay?
This is actually the part in my notes where bigger discussion, but I think that you're doing a disservice to yourself in the talent show doing a lip sync because you're giving away your secrets, what you're going to do if you have to lip sync for your life. So I like when I think of Widow Von Du and her opening number, that when she did her rap, she's doing backbend, she's doing like splits, she's giving away all of her tricks. And I noticed that when Mistress was doing her lip sync, I'm like, what are you saving for if you actually have to lip sync for your life? Like, don't give your tricks away. So, and I noticed that with her because she did a split at the end, and it's always unexpected when a girl goes into a split. But now if you have to go up for elimination, what do you do? You've already told us the thing.
I am not a performing fat drag queen, but I have a feeling that pussy slide across the floor is like a standard move fat girls can do, because every fat girl does it, where they start from the back and they run. It must help with the split or something, and then they slide their pussy to the front.
Yeah, I don't know the logistics of why it's a move, but it's just it's very impressive. But it's just I don't know where we go from there now.
All right, very good. Lucy LaDuca. Jay, why don't we start with you? She did an original live song that she sang. Your thoughts on her?
My first note is at least she did something. Like that was out of the box. So I commend her for that. I do think that it was enough to keep her out of the bottom two. I agree it didn't sound fantastic, and truly the judges were giving notes that I would have given, that she had this like amped up 80s song and she was doing like a step touch or like just moving from like skipping to the other side of the stage, and there wasn't that energy that you would want with that song of like if you're going to perform live, get a headset like Britney in the 2000s and really try to do a dance with it too.
Yeah, Nathan?
I'm going to contradict myself and say I wish it was a lip sync because it was absolutely dreadful. I think a vocal warm-up wouldn't have gone astray. And I think it's like a crime against humanity to make Ariana Grande sit there and listen to that and then have her give notes in a polite way. That poor doll, that's her biggest acting challenge Ariana has ever had. Now I know she can do Glinda because she was graceful in the face of that performance.
It's funny that you say that, because I was thinking at the very end when they play that RuPaul song and the girls are dancing. Do you think Ariana Grande is like sitting there like, horrible music I'm listening to? And RuPaul's like, do you think RuPaul's thinking like, I hope Ariana likes this song and wants to sample it?
Maybe she'll do a feature.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Marsha, and she did like a dance. She didn't lip sync or sing or anything. She just did a dance. Your thoughts here, Nathan Patrick Brown? And she's a Broadway queen, Nathan, and you're a Broadway queen, so maybe you have some insight here.
I enjoyed it. It was thankfully different. I liked it. It wasn't earth-shattering, but it was better than the rest.
Jay?
I agree that she actually you could see her training in her dance, and there was structure to it. There was a storyline. Like it showcased the talent. She was definitely doing like PK turns and ballet. Like it was impressive, the things that she was doing, but I like that it had some humor to it. And overall, I thought again, I'm just happy to see something outside of like a lip sync with, the arm twist and going into a dip to a split. So I thought it was a little, maybe I'm just comparing it, and I thought that it was better than most.
Look, it was fine. Here's what I'll say. I don't care about this Marsha. What I will say is, this is the first song where they paid some royalty. We're gonna hear a bunch of them, but this is the first one where they paid some licensing fees and got a real song, right? And I think it shows how they did this Coco Montrese and All Stars 2 dirty. 'Cause that's the thing she complains about, is that she used a song that they didn't have the license for, and so they put this basic track over it. I wonder if you put the same basic track over Marsha's, would it look just as stupid? What do you think, Jay?
That's a possibility. Now that you've said that, I have a haunting image of Coco shaking her head while moving her top hat. It's always in the back of my brain.
And then she hold
well,
the picture
yeah,
like
music...
Fred Astaire or something, or like
she's in like a nightgown with a top hat. I still haven't scrubbed that from my brain, but there's been like clips that go around where it shows the importance of how much music can make a difference in a scene, and I do think that the song was doing Marsha a lot of favors.
All right, very good. Next, we have Robin Fierce. She did a lip sync as well. Another music licensing thing. Your thoughts here, Jay?
Robin Fierce dance was fine. We've seen it, is what I put. Nothing groundbreaking, and the set design was just her name in letters. There was really nothing too special about it.
Nathan?
Yeah, at least write your own song. That's what I think. It was boring.
Here's the thing with Robin Fierce. The fact that you guys couldn't see this when I was watching them, like Jay had to look at his notes.
Yeah.
Nathan was checking his phone. I'm like, Robin Fierce is going to have a boring problem. Like, she's very forgettable. Thank you.
Well, we'll see. What was her like specialty? Like, did she come into the workroom swing? It's hard to remember 8 or 16 different. I know they're Connecticut, and she dated Amethyst. That's really the notes I remember about her. Which
did they say that they dated? She just said they have some sort of history. Oh,
I think it was implied. Yeah.
I just thought that
they made sweet love.
I was getting like an Alyssa Coco thing.
Oh, really? Oh, I think it was more.
Oh, really?
Because I think in a talking head, she said, if you want the story, you can ask Amethyst about that. So I'm pretty sure it's like,
yeah,
didn't we have that with Taze and Ahura?
They said, if you try and ship us, I'll block you.
Okay, well, we'll see. I am sure the producer fall to the wayside. So we will hear the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
But she's even made that boring.
I know.
Robin,
I'm like, all right,
in confessional, being like, "Oh, talk to Amethyst about it." It's like, no, bitch, you give us the tea if you want our attention.
Yeah. All right. Irene Dubois did a comedy show. She did where she was making ice water. Let's start with you, Nathan Patrick Brown. King of comedy, Nathan Patrick Brown. What do you got for us?
Here's the thing. It could have been funny, maybe, but I'm not quite sure how. And when she said it's normally a longer bit, which makes it funnier, I couldn't see how making it longer would make it better.
I have a little more info on that, but Jay, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I think this could have the potential of being very funny because it's so stupid. It's funny. And I'm surprised that we didn't see more of a trend of like this, almost like a Willow Pill talent show, or Jimbo did something too, where it's like so obscure that it really steals focus from the rest of the talent show. And I think that's what Irene?
Yes.
was going for. And I think that in different hands, like I could see another performer doing this and making it very funny, or I would love to see the full-length version and see how she makes it funny.
So on Reddit last night, they were talking about this, and according to her, this longer, and someone said something akin to what Nathan said. It was like, I would love to see what these missing comedy bits are that we didn't see. And someone said, I've actually seen the bit, and they said it does do well. But what we were missing was she spends like 8 minutes trying to get the ice into the glass with her nails.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it goes from funny to not funny to funny again because it's still going on.
Yes.
Now, I think this would have benefited from a spoken word. Weirdly enough, I think that if this was timed out with a track and mixes with spoken word, I think that there was something that could have been done to adjust this.
That's a great idea. Here's what it is. The spoken word was the ice. And the ice were reciting Tatiana's Show Me With Them Hands. Because she can't.
I mean, there's something.
The glass. Yeah.
Nathan,
what do you think?
So she knew she'd get like what, a minute and a half? Why did she think she could condense that?
3, right? 2 or 3 minutes?
I don't know. It seemed pretty quick.
I don't know how much they show us versus. Yeah. I wonder if they give them a certain amount of time or if they're allowed to go and then they just tell you, look, if you keep going, we're going to chop it down and make it not make sense. I don't know.
Look, it was a choice. I mean, Anitra said it. She goes, "That was a choice." I mean, it's a weird choice to make. I have this 10-minute bit. Let me boil it down to 1 minute or 2 minutes, especially when that bit relies on time to make it funny.
Don't you think though, like with the stand-up challenges too, with this, if they had shown us the queens laughing and RuPaul going, ah, like, you know, the audience would have laughed more.
They
So
could
I think
totally cut it that way.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. Imagine, okay, so you see this bit at the. Oh, by the way, what's sad is this. This is like her signature bit, and now she'll probably never do it again. She's like, "Fuck this bit. I hate this bit now." Right? But imagine you go see her, and you see this bit, and you laugh, and then you see her again, and she pulls up the fucking glass, and you're like, "Okay,
Not again.
not again, not this." Right?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Not
Irene
this.
Dubai. All right, next we have Anitra. She did dance and martial arts. What are your thoughts here, Jay Ellis?
Even though it was a lip sync and a dance, there were elements in it that were brand new and things that we hadn't seen before. And when that first chop came, ooh, was I excited. I loved it.
Oh, you did? You got excited?
I thought, well, first the dip into like flipping her ass over into another dance move. Sorry, I got a siren coming, so you're going to hear it. Oh, they turned. Yeah, I thought it was high energy, and she came out with the Mortal Kombat one. I was so excited for it. I thought the look was great, and the performance is so energizing. It was a good pick-me-up in the middle of the talent show.
Nathan Patrick Brown?
You better walk that fucking duck. I think she's brilliant to have an inbuilt catchphrase already. And like that's the kind of dumb shit Rue loves. And I love a duck walk. I loved the Taekwondo. I thought it was great.
Nathan walked up to his camera like that today. I don't know if people knew that.
Oh, yeah. Nathan did a karate chop to Jay's microphone, and it fell off. Across the world.
All the way
from
from
each other.
Australia. Yeah.
All right, next we had Sugar. Nathan Patrick Brown, Sugar.
Joe, did you like Anitra?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. Okay.
I mean, she did karate.
Sugar. Yeah, no, Sugar was shit. Sugar was the same as Spice. It was crap.
Mm-hmm.
I have almost weirdly, I have almost identical notes for Sugar that I did for Spice, where she didn't use the stage. She did that face where it's like we saw it there.
Yeah.
And the same kind of moves. And Nathan already addressed this, but it's instead of the coffin, it was a bed. So essentially the same performance, but it was safe. And I think they did write that song. That was them singing, right? Am I correct in that?
Yeah, it was that.
Singing's generous.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah, speaking to music.
talk singing or something like that. Here's the deal: is they were fine. I hope people understand we're not shitting on them. The only thing they were like, in terms of what we saw, it was in the middle. It was like just clearly in the middle.
I think it's lower end of the middle.
Oh, really?
I actually, I'm going to speak, you might speak for, I'm going to speak for myself. I didn't enjoy them. And I think producers were just proud to have this like stunt casting. And I think they're going to kind of pull them along for story purposes, but I don't know how, I mean, prove me wrong. This might be me eating crow later, but I don't think we're going to see too much variety from the twins.
No, we're not going to see a lot of variety. I just thought they were safe. I was
Sure.
just mad at how they were trying to push it on us like it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That it was better.
And that's par for the course for the show, though. I'm not mad about that. I know that that's going to happen every bowl.
Yeah. They bring it every ball, yeah. Princess Poppy, she did an original lip sync with a puppet. Let's go to Jay. Jay, your thoughts here?
I thought this was a creative way to do a number. I thought that it was actually something different that we hadn't seen in a while, and I think it had just enough dumb humor to keep it floating. I do think that it should have escalated maybe one more beat and maybe another pup came out from the other hand at the end of the number or something. I don't know. I think that there could have been just one more heightened beat, and that would have really made it a more fun performance. But overall, I thought it was a decent one.
Okay, and then what did you think, Nathan?
I thought it was so camp to do a ventriloquist act with a lip sync, so she didn't actually have to show any talent for her talent show. I thought that's actually kind of like weirdly hilarious, but she just gets automatic points for being different.
All right, very good. Yeah, I thought it was good. You know, I wrote here at least the song was different and funny. All right, the Selena
Also, the
S.
vocals.
Titties.
Oh, real quick, the vocals on Poppy's track, I'm like, she got like an actual singer, so that was fun.
It sounded like the same one that does all the Drag Race numbers.
Okay, I thought that too, and I'm like, I wonder if she sent like what she wants sang, and then they're like, yeah, we have somebody. I don't know how that works, but it did sound like the
I don't
person
know.
who does all the other songs. Okay.
So Selena S titties, Nathan.
Oh yeah, same, but different once again. I've got really nothing to say about this.
Yeah, very forgettable. What did you think, Jay?
My notes are, I'm glad that she had a set design, at least with like the red carpet. What I didn't love is I always think a reveal should show something more special, and that beige corset just it wasn't it for me. But the song was fine. She had a reference to Will Smith, which will be so dated already, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's same but different. Joe, any thoughts
very
on Selena's?
Forgettable. Amethyst, lip sync comedy. Oh yeah, she did that that song where the baby was on her back. Let's start with you, Jay. What were you saying? What were your thoughts here?
The notes from the judges were exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
She revealed it way too soon. Like, we had nowhere to go from there, and then it just turned into her walking on the stage, showing us the baby for the 10th time. You're like, yeah, no, we get it. I think that there's a way to have heightened that. Like, if she was doing awful things to the baby on her back, I know that that's probably not PC or what. But if she was doing breakdance moves, sliding on the baby, spinning, something to show that she was hurting the kid behind her, there would have been comedy, maybe. I don't know. There was a way to do it, but it wasn't good.
Nathan?
It was dreadful. And what
Oh,
I
I
found
think
so
it was
ridiculous was when she was in the workroom and she's like, oh, I'm doing a lip sync, but it's my kind of lip sync. And really
Oh,
all
yeah.
she did, it was no twist at all. And like, I don't get the logic of it. So she's saying she can't find her baby, right? But
Yeah.
like, are you aware you have a baby Bjorn like strapped to your chest? Like, when you look down at yourself, you see these straps. What do you think that is?
Well, I mean,
character.
what
I think
I'll
she's
say
trying to
is, I
sell the
don't know-
story.
Yeah, I don't know if we can really explain comedy, Nathan. It's like I was watching the Three Stooges, and I was like,
Why would they rubber mallet each other's nose?
yeah.
So
I
you
was
think
watching
it's
Abbott
funny
and Costello.
then?
Why don't you just stop and say, look, the person's name is Who? He's Jimmy Who, WHO. That's his actual last name, and he is the first baseman. Like, why doesn't he just do that? It makes no sense.
I think they had her with the glass of wine, and it was to show that she was an unfit mother. Maybe that was the joke.
That
she did-
I'm with Jay. Yeah, once she revealed the baby, it's like, well, then you got to do something. Like, what are you going to do? Just sit there? 'Cause even if she didn't reveal the baby, I think she did it correctly. We would have just seen her singing a song in sneakers the whole time. Nathan has a thing to say. Nathan, what do you want to say?
Well, you could see the baby's legs sticking out of her back. Like, she didn't even tuck the baby's legs in so you couldn't
How
see
does she
it.
not know? There's a baby on her back.
It's right there.
It's right there. There's the legs. It's
Crane
crying,
your
crying.
neck. Turn around. It's
But
right
the baby
there.
didn't say, like, hey, I'm hungry. I want to suck
just
on
like how-
them Selena S titties.
I like how proud she was, though, that she turned around again. She's like, do y'all see the baby still? Like,
Yeah.
get it? I'm singing about the baby. The baby's behind me. But you guys, do you see? Like,
It
yeah,
must
girl, we saw.
kill in Scranton, Connecticut. Is Scranton in Connecticut? No.
No, it's
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
I don't know.
Pennsylvania. She's in Connecticut, I think. Right?
What's
Is that
a
what you're saying?
Connecticut town?
Hartford or like New Haven.
Oh.
Yeah.
New Haven.
Hey,
Oh,
that's
it'd kill in New Haven.
But you know what? I could see it
Sneakers, I'll
actually-
say that.
I could see that doing well in a club because people aren't paying attention, and so the joke keeps.
People are drunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're drunk.
yeah.
So they're drunk.
Well, also imagine this. She done this, and in the when you first turn around, the people go, "Oh, fun!" And then and then she goes back on stage, and then
Yes.
she's smoking.
Yes.
Like, you know, we have to build in these. Like, even Sasha Colby, I'm like, there's when they do these lip sync numbers, they're doing them a favor by editing them down, because to watch these people writhe around for 3.5 minutes to Zombie or Linger, which I forget what she did, but yeah, it's a lot.
She did Zombie, but you know, yeah. Also, the thing is, the good point about she's probably taking tips most of the time. So, like in the song, she's not seeing the baby, or you're seeing the baby. And then the other thing too is this Detox still getting cheers when she does that stupid mouth thing.
I love that.
All right,
mouth
next we
thing.
have Aura Mayari. Nathan, she just did a lip sync to a song.
Blackpink,
Nathan?
which is expensive, I feel.
Yeah, that's what.
But I also felt
Jeremy
like the
the Dark
song
Knight said
was
that too.
shit. like it's a low energy song for a big dance number. So I thought it was boring.
I was just more like, again with the arms. Like, stop it. I bet you. I'm not even being funny. I am not even being funny. I bet you she was a fat kid.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's very fat kid energy. Like, she was fat until she was like late teens, got out of high school, got ripped, and now she wants everyone to know. It's like the equivalent of new money. You know, it's like new body. She's now flashy with the body. That to me means, oh, she didn't always have this body, and now she wants everyone to know that she has this body. And we're like, we get it. Anyway, Sasha Colby, Jay Ellis.
A good number. I would have loved to seen it at like a club, but for TV, it was liked the pulling of the hair and how it had that reveal. But that was about it. It was a little, same different.
Nathan Patrick Brown.
Yeah, I think it was probably one of the better.
Yeah.
It was one of the better of like simple lip syncs. I think I would have really enjoyed it if she actually did just like break out of a straitjacket. I don't know, Joe. Like, is that a magic trick that you've?
I was like, oh, she's
done?
doing like a magic trick where she breaks out of the straitjacket to zombie.
But no, it was just obviously just like a little shrug off jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping for that too. That we were going to see like a trick to go along with it.
Yeah. And what's funny is if you did do that, there is room for you could do some sort of wig reveal with it or something with taking off the straitjacket. All right, finally we're going to end with Jax. Nathan, let's start with you, Jax.
I loved this one. It was really fun. Maybe it was as fun because we just had a whole slog of like unoriginal songs, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
All right, Nathan. I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah. Go again, Nathan. This is weird because I think if I had to do a talent show, I'm good at jump rope. I think that would be mine. I can do some tricks with it. I thought that having it incorporated with the hair, the braid, was very fun. I was watching with Paul, my boyfriend, and I in the opposite order where she started off with the flips coming out and then was able to transition into that jump. The resistance of the number, and I think that you should end with that stronger part. But I thought it was great. It was really creative and what good costuming and everything. I thought it was great. In my opinion, the top two were the correct top
Very
two.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Wait, hold on. That's when I said there was no riggery on this episode per Jeremy the Twink Dark Knight. Here's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna throw to the looks. It's gonna be me at some other point with official show Sugar and Spice enemy Christian Ochoa. We're gonna talk about the looks. So you're gonna hear that, and then when you come back, we'll come back and we'll finish the show after the looks. We'll be back after this. Well, we'll be back after the looks. Okay, I have not recorded the looks yet, so God knows what happened in that segment.
Sure.
So we don't have to do the looks ever for like the main show.
No,
Great.
I'm gonna do it with Christian.
Great.
Frees up a lot of your time.
It really does.
I'm sure he's gonna call me. I'm sure. Let's. Cause I haven't recorded it yet. I'm recording it right after this. What do you think happened? First, he called me bitch a lot.
A lot. Yeah. He made fun of every single queen.
He
Oh,
probably
really? No,
insulted
I
you
didn't-
along the way.
He
at some
insulted
point.
me along the way, but he'll always live for the queens for the most part, actually.
Okay.
And he'll make. Do you think the term Terry Mugler will come up?
No, but I do think that Alexander McQueen will be referenced.
Oh, interesting. Do you, Nathan? Do you have any other predictions? Do you think he'll say, like something? Do you think he'll mention that he somehow worked in fashion or works in fashion?
Yeah.
Jay?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, there will be a lot of for me's. Well, for me? For me?
Do you think he'll use the word doll?
I don't know him well enough to say that.
Okay. All right. On the main stage, Marsha, and Jax are in the top three, but it's Anitra who takes home the top spot. Meanwhile, Irene Dubois and Amethyst are placed in the bottom two, forcing them to battle it out in a lip sync battle for their lives. In the end, what was the song? Oh, the song was Seven Rings. The song Seven Rings by Ariana Grande. In the end, Amethyst is told Shantae you stay, while Irene Dubois is asked to sashay away. Ladies, any final thoughts in the episode? Let's start with you with our special guest, Jay Ellis.
Well, first I want to say it was terribly rude what Christian said to you in that last segment. I'm really sorry.
You know what? You're doing a bit right now, but I'm sure he said something very rude to me. I'm sure that happened.
And he'll never be on the show again. For the lip
I almost
sync.
did cancel. I almost did cancel that segment. The other day he called me. He goes, "We were supposed to do it yesterday," and he goes, "Girl, I'm sick." I'm like, "No, you're not." Whatever, Nathan. Oh wait, Nate, Jay, did you finish your point?
Excuse me. Beast? No, I haven't yet.
Beast.
Good. It's a good. How dare you? I invited you into my house. Okay, so I like this song a lot. The lip sync, and I'll go watch. I don't think. I thought both queens did fine, but weirdly, I thought Amethyst was pulling a better lip sync in general. Irene was doing a very exaggerated mouth in the very beginning, and I don't know if that was like a stylistic choice or just showing that she knew the lyrics. Did you guys notice that at all? It didn't seem to carry on through the whole thing. Oh, okay. It was, I mean, I know it's a visual thing for the people who are watching, but it was like so big that I was like, wow, you are really showing us that you know the words.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Overall, I think the right person went home. I am kind of bummed to lose Irene. She kind of seemed like she wasn't afraid of social media. You know, like I think that she would have been a fun queen in the workroom. And like I said, she had a great exit. But Amethyst, you know, we have to get that her and Robin storyline out. So I hope she sticks
By
around.
the way, I noticed with Amethyst, there's a lot of like memes going on of people she looks like, and I realize it's just called pick a Jewish person and say they're Amethyst. It really
Is that
is.
what-
Every person. I said,
Who'd you say?
yeah, go ahead.
No, I think she
said
has
Jack
the mouth.
Antonoff yesterday.
Oh. Well, now you know him from Little Doms. I think she has the same mouth as Andy Samberg.
That's what I think.
Somebody said Nathan Fielder on social media.
Interesting.
They're
I
like,
didn't see
Nathan
that.
Fielder doing his biggest prank yet.
That's funny.
All right, Nathan, any final words here?
Yeah, so I know you said there was no riggery, but like I personally probably would have put Lucy in the bottom instead of Amethyst,
Okay.
even though I hated Amethyst. And I was wondering, like, do you think lying on the runway during deliberations saved her?
No.
No.
I think
Okay.
that they were rewarding her for not doing a lip sync, essentially.
Yeah, I agree with Jay. I think she got some extra points because
Right.
she didn't do a lip sync. Yeah.
Right. And also she pads, which apparently is a big thing these days where girls don't know how to pad or wear makeup on a drag show. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Wild.
Well, yeah, they point to Marsha about the with it this time. She kind of came out looking like a Who from the Grim. It was just like a red nose, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I kind of want to see like the full dragged version. So let's see it.
Oh, you've never seen that? The Twink's been doing that for years. Like, go to this Nikki and Pierre on Instagram or TikTok. They do that all the time where it looks like they're cold and they have like the little freckles and the red cheeks and the red nose. Yeah.
Okay.
And one final thing, I know I'm not talking about the looks, and I know you and Christian did a great job, but I do think Sugar and Spice doing Disney bounding is just of them not having their own personalities, and I think they looked amazing, but it's such a cop out.
I'm going to tell you something, Nathan. I don't know if this happened on the show or not. I haven't recorded it yet. Recording after this. But if Christian tries to talk about the show, I'm going to be like, no, bitch, you're the fashion person.
All right.
That's all I'm going to say. Jay, do you have any...
You should give Nathan the ability to give his 3 top looks though, or something, just to
Okay,
have.
well, Nathan, what are your 3
if
top
you
looks?
want to do that, if you wanted to do that, Nathan, I'm
Okay.
an advocate.
Sure.
I'm HR at Afterthought Media. I'm HR.
Well, I did enjoy the Sasha Colby look, even though she's worn it before 10 years ago, but I enjoyed it. I thought Mistress with the red cowboy look with chaps was good. And I also liked Lucy. An homage to Britney Spears, even though I'm like, it's an homage to flight attendants. But that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Jay, give us your socials.
Wait, I have one last thought.
Oh, what is it?
Jay, I got to go to work. Can
I
you
thought
wrap
this
it
was
up?
I'm sorry, I don't get to talk about this anymore, and I made a full page of notes. It was interesting when Eileen left, because she said that when she was preparing in the past few years, she's been getting ready for everything she bought was basically, is this good enough for RuPaul's Drag Race? So I thought it was interesting, that mentality that drag queens now go through, where they have to decide, like, am I buying something as a performer
on television. It was just an interesting point that I think it's now shaped how drag queens
are
are.
working in the world? That was it. And I see you guys have no
I thought that was
opinion.
interesting too, Jay. No, especially when she was like, it's liberating now to not have to worry about that. I was like, yeah, that would be a weight off your chest.
Yeah. It's like hearing that you didn't get the job you wanted. I think it's kind of like, oh, okay. Like all that energy that I was putting into it is done now. I don't have to do this anymore.
Very good point. Good. Irene's now in a better mental place. Jay, what are your socials?
Instagram, don't_be_jealous. Twitter is not a thing. So we'll do TikTok. Still jealous. I'm over there making
Oh, you're
videos.
a TikTok queen?
Have you heard of me? Surely you've seen my videos.
Not
Yeah.
familiar.
Oh, yeah, you have? Oh, great. Oh, well, thanks for being a fan. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Be sure to join us next week and every week as we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each and every episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15. So, for Jay Ellis, Nathan Brown, and myself,
Sashay away until next week.
thank you for listening to RuPaul's Drag Race Recap. Have something to say? Leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/afterthoughtmedia or email us at dragracerecap@afterthought.media. For more Drag Race and LGBTQ content, support us on Patreon at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. This episode was produced by Luke Stamen and Zach Birch. Nathan Brown has 2 other podcasts. The first is Breaking Down Bad Books, and the other is Bravo Bravo Effing Bravo. You can find those podcasts wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find Nathan on Instagram at NathanBrown90. Follow Joe Betance on Instagram at Joe Betance. Special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters: Alex S., Anonymous, April Pacheco, Astute Girl, Brad Coley, Carter McKinnon, Karina Williamson, Deckhead, Devin McKay, Doofus Maximus, E. Smith, Elizabeth Timmer, Emma, Humble Pie, J. Thomas Plank, Jesse Harris, Lauren Eckert, Lucy Carrasco, Luke Stamen, Mike Yeager, Nicholas Springham, Nikki Baker, Poppy Woods, Ricardo Herrera, Robert NYC, Sarah Yu, Tom Bombs, Travi Cosmos, Troy Anderson, Zach Nelson. Cap is an Afterthought Media podcast. All right, well, Jay, thank you, everyone. First of all, thank you to everyone listening and watching live and everything like that. Jay, thank you so much. Christian, by the way, has called me 100 times, messaged me 100 times, and he and I had a conversation yesterday where I said I'm going to be doing a show from like 1 to 2:30.
Yeah.
I don't think he listens when I talk. Nathan,
Well, you guys
thank
should have a
Vinny.
great episode then.
I know you have to go to work, Nathan. So
Yeah.
thank you, Jay. Thank you, and we'll talk to you all soon later. Bye.
Oh, it's
Bye.
still
Wait,
loading. Bye.
Wait. People who are no, stay on, Jay.